Hi, I'm Maggie Weldon with Maggie's Crochet Needlework and Crafts, and in this video I'm going to show you pattern number PA784, which is available at maggiescrochet.com. This is called the Puff Baby Bunting, and this is my very first design that I ever did. And what I did was, when I first started, when I first became a designer, I followed somebody else's pattern. I made a bunting very similar to this, but it didn't have buttons up the front. It was sewn up the front. And then when it got to about right here, it laced up with a yarn chain just like this. And so I think it was closed at the bottom, or no, it was open at the bottom. Okay, so my son was 3 months old. He was in this bunting. I was so proud of my bunting that I had crocheted, and I took him over to my friend Marcia's house, and I got him in it fine, but when I went to get him out, he was crying and crying. I couldn't get the kid out of the bunting because it was worsted weight yarn. It was kind of heavy, and I was trying to pull it over his head, and I could not get it off of him. So I had my friend bring me a pair of scissors, and I had to cut the front seam of it. It didn't ruin the stitches or anything because I had sewn a seam up the front because that's what the pattern told me to do. But I was just like, oh, all that work for nothing. So at the same time, I had a neighbor that kept planting seeds about asking me all the time why I didn't design my own patterns. So when that happened with the bunting, the light bulb went on, and then I just, started designing. So I redesigned. I completely changed the body of the bunting, and then I put in a button down front. So that's how I was able to create an original design, because if you saw the original pattern compared to this pattern, they're very different. So anyway, this is created using you start here at the bottom and you work back and forth in rows. And then when you get up here, you keep decreasing for the, and then you actually leave a space for the armholes up here too. And you decrease all the way up to here. And then you come up here and you go back and forth in rows for the little hood. So it's really cute. You could do this in solid colors, or you could just do it in 1 or 2 colors. It's a great way to use up scrap yarn. But when the kids get older, I always, there's a seam that goes across the bottom here. I always opened up that seam, and I took them out with this long coat on, and we got stopped all the time wanting to know where we got this from and everything. So I was overjoyed to say I made it. So anyway, that is one of the original pattern that I started my designing with, and that's all worsted weight yarn, and the skill is intermediate because these stitches are a little bit technical. I don't think anything's really hard. I just I think it's good to keep trying a little bit, take on a little bit more and more of a challenge when you're doing a pattern. And that's one of the ways I learned how to design a lot of stuff too. So that is the puff bunting that started it all, and that is available at maggiescrochet.com, and there'll be a link underneath this video to this pattern and the maggiescrochet.com website. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy crochet as much as I have all these years. Thank you.